Hey everyone, it's Rob Foglia and Jessica Klein with Foglia Properties at Keller Williams Realty, and we're coming to you live today to go over simplifying the home selling process with five simple ways to make sure that we get you top dollar for your home. Before we do, we just want to give a quick plug for our next week's video. We're going to be doing a video, a special edition video over the Real Estate Show here, where we go through and answer your questions basically. So we want you to, what is it, Jessica? Hashtag Ask Realtor Rob.
Yes.
Any questions that you have about real estate. It could be as simple as something around your market to something that's process related. How do you buy your first home? How do you buy a first investment? Whatever the case might be, want to answer those questions. You can either use that hashtag on Facebook or Instagram. You can also go through and just comment on this video. If you're getting this in your email, hit reply and we'll answer your question.
Yep, absolutely. And those, for anyone who's not super tech savvy, you can either put that in a comment, you can make a post on your own, you could go to one of our pages, as long as it has hashtag Ask Realtor Rob with no spaces, it will get to us.
Yep, absolutely. And so, well, let's jump in, and we just wanted to come to you today with this information, mainly because I think so many people are delaying putting their home on the market for a few reasons. And yet one of the reasons is they think it is such a complicated process, and it's really not. So we wanted to come to you with 5 simple ways that's going to help make the home selling process just extremely easy to make sure that we get you top market price for your property. Obviously, the first step is to call us so that we can help you. However, after that, let's just walk through kind of the 5 ways that we make sure this happens. First is pricing it right. You can see this diagram on your screen where you can see market value over market value and under market value, and how, if you're over market value, you're sitting on the market longer, your price drops can send the wrong message to buyers, and it's going to deter potential buyers because it's priced too high. It's buyer perception is that there's something wrong with the home. If it's undervalued significantly, it's tough in this market, yet it could lose value. It could decrease future buying power, and it might deter some potential buyers because they think something's wrong. There is a sweet spot in there about market value, and that's what you have us for, to find that price for you. Does that make sense what I'm saying, Jessica?
Yeah, and I was going to say my favorite part about this step is that we do it for you, that
Yes.
You don't have to know any of this stuff. All you have to know is that this is what we practice and what we preach and what we prove every single day that we come to work, that we know how to do this very well. That's how we always get that's how we tend to get our sellers considerably more than the market average. And we tend to get our buyers to purchase for considerably less because we know this. So just call us and we'll take care of it. You don't even have to worry about it.
Exactly. Let's move on to number 2, and that's depersonalizing the home. I love this picture right here, and I know, Jessica, you found this online, so hopefully nobody who's seeing this hopefully this is not your man cave or anything like that. And if it is, it looks great. But however, it's not great for a real estate marketing photo, and that's the whole point. We wanted to share with you because ultimately, when somebody's buying a home, they don't want to see that shark hanging on the wall or anything like that. They want to see the home. And so that's the whole point of depersonalizing, is to spotlight the property, not your stuff. And
yeah. Well, and someone, when they go to see a house, like if I walk into this room, all I can think about is the person who lives there now. And it gets so in the way of me picturing like, okay, if I brought my couch in here, or that favorite picture, or my plants, or whatever, I want to know where that's going to go. And there's so much stuff covering the walls here. As a buyer, I'm thinking, well, what's behind all this stuff? So the clearer it can be of extra stuff and personal stuff, the better.
There's an old saying in real estate that a buyer wants to envision the home as their own, not as yours. When talking to a seller, of course, that's all we're trying to say. And so get with us, because we'll make sure that we walk through what this actually looks like for your particular home. A third one, hide the pets. That's the third step. Now we love our dogs. My dog is right next to me here as we're doing this video.
And my cats.
And so there you go. So I mean, we love our pets, and so we're not saying anything bad about our pets. The reality is, though, when somebody's buying a home, there might be some negative connotations in some buyers' minds about the pets. Maybe they're worried about odors or anything like that. I've had some clients who've had allergies to, say, cats, for instance, and they've been worried about buying the property because what if those allergens, what if there's cat dander in the vents? I've literally heard people say that. And so and we're not trying to hide anything like, any potential issues. But what we are saying is when there's showings, we will advise you to do things like maybe take the dog's crate and put it in the garage, get it out of the way, or maybe you can take the crate with you for showings, put the dog ball under the sink, things along those lines to where hopefully people don't even realize that there are pets there. That's the whole
Yeah.
point we're trying to say here.
Yeah, and this is honestly just kind of an extension of the depersonalization. Not everyone is a pet person, and so having pets in the house could be a mental block for some buyers.
Absolutely, absolutely. The fourth step: be ready to show the home. It's just such an important part of it, and yet you'd be surprised how often I see a home that maybe I'm showing as a buyer's agent, and I walk in and it looks like the top picture here where there's plates in the sink or on the counter, and it just looks like it looks lived in, which is understandable, and yet it's not. Meaning that when you're showing a property, when you're selling a property, it should look like on the bottom. It should be clear. People should see the home, and that's something that we'll coach you through as well to make sure that this is the case.
Yep, absolutely. I think this picture says it all. I mean, even when it comes to the listing photos, or if you were walking into this kitchen, I know that I would feel more comfortable and more able to envision my life in the bottom picture compared with the top one.
Exactly. Well said. And then the last one, and that's first impressions are key when it comes to selling real estate.
Yes.
And again, this is one of the reasons why you have us, because we hire a professional photographer for every single listing that we sell. And this is a perfect example of a side gig professional versus a full-time professional when they're selling real estate. You can see the picture on, and in fact, I found this picture on Google, and I'm going to even nitpick it even more in just a second. However, you can see the difference on the left of how the picture looks a little bit dark. Still you can see it looks like a big room, and yet it looks a little bit dark. Versus on the right, it looks professionally shot. The way the room is angled, there's a little bit more lighting in there. It's brighter. Now, I would even go a step further to say this full-time professional, if you notice, they picked a picture where there's a light burned out.
Yep.
Those are things that as we're walking through with our home sellers, we just coach them the little simple things like make sure all your lights work in the property, because it creates that great impression. Because that's what we're here for. We do this on a regular basis. Long story short, the reason why we wanted to do this type of a video is not to brag about that we hire professional photographers or anything like that, but to show that this is a simple process, especially in the market that we're in. If you notice, we didn't go through that you have to remodel your kitchen or remodel your bathroom or just do anything crazy to sell a property. As long as it's cleaned up, as long as we're doing simple things like depersonalizing the home and getting it ready for show, we can make this happen for you, sell the property at top market price, and help you move on to what's next.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mentioned that the first one, my favorite thing is that we do it for you. That is partially true of this last one too. And my most favorite thing about all of these things is that they're 100% free for the seller. Like you said, you don't have to go through and remodel. You don't have to do anything crazy. It's just knowing what really makes a difference and making the existing property shine to its best degree.
Exactly. And the cool thing about the market that we're in, as long as we're following, as long as you're following our advice from not only things like picking up after the pet, making sure the plates are away and out of the sink, but also really probably might be the most important thing, and that's pricing the property correctly. As long as we do all the following, what's going to happen is your property is going to sell quickly, and we're going to get you moved on to what's next, to where this is not a long drawn out process. And we're looking at, likely just a couple of days on the market before we're under contract.
Mm-hmm. So if you have any questions about anything we talked about today, or anything really real estate related in general, literally anything you can think of, use that hashtag that we talked about at the beginning of this video, hashtag #AskRealtorRob, and we will get you those answers to all your questions live next week on our video, which is very exciting. And Rob, if people have questions about selling their property, how should they get in contact with us that way?
They should reach out directly to us. So if you're seeing this on social media, PM us. You can feel free to leave a comment as well. However, you can PM us. You can PM me. I'm happy to answer your questions. You can call us, 615-591-5665. Email us, info@foliaproperties.com. Or if you really want to be adventurous, hashtag Ask Realtor Rob, because like you said, Jessica, we're going to be answering some questions live next week on my personal Facebook page, Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So by all means, feel free to follow my Facebook page, send me a friend request. We'd love to have you out, have you on the video next week. It's actually the same day as our next client appreciation event as well. So hopefully we get to see you not only live on video, but also at our event next week.
Absolutely. So we'll see you all next week, and remember to use the hashtag Ask Realtor Rob.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you soon.
Thanks. Bye.